Today we're going to learn how to crochet the bobble stitch. This stitch really makes your piece pop with loads of texture on one side of the work, and it's surprisingly beginner friendly. If you can crochet all the basic stitches like single crochet and double crochet, you can do the bobble stitch easily. And once you master the bobble stitch, you can create my boho textures pillow pattern, which will be linked down below as soon as it's available. You can work the bobble stitch over any number of stitches, and that's because you can put as many stitches between bobbles as you want. We'll need an even number of stitches for the bobble I'm demonstrating today. Start with at least one row of any basic stitch. We have single crochet here, and I'm just going to work one single crochet into the first stitch as per my pattern. In this next stitch, I'll show you how to do a bobble. Begin like you're going to make a double crochet by yarning over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops on your hook, but don't pull through the last 2 loops. Leave that double crochet half unworked. And repeat, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, and we're going to do it one more time. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. Now you have 4 loops on your hook, and that's when you can yarn over and draw through all the loops on your hook. To complete the bobble sequence, we'll work one very tight single crochet right into the next stitch. And you can pop your bobble out with your thumb, and it will poke out on the opposite side. So this bobble stitch is worked on wrong side rows. And we can go ahead and make another bobble into the next stitch by yarning over, inserting our hook, yarn over to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and repeat a total of 3 times. Until you have 4 loops on your hook, then yarn over and draw through all 4 loops. And secure with a tight single crochet into the next stitch. I'm going to work my bobbles to the end of the row and then show you what the next couple of rows will look like. Here I am at the end of the row, and we have 2 stitches left, which is all we need to do one more bobble / single crochet sequence. And then you can chain 1 and turn to get back to the right side of your work. And we've got a row of cute little single-spaced bobbles. The next row is just to work single crochet or any basic stitch really back across the row. It can be kind of hard to make out the stitches on the top of your bobbles, but you should see these alternating big and little stitches. And that's where you'll work your next row into. So work right into that first little stitch. I'm doing single crochet, and work a stitch into that big stitch on top of your bobble. By working a row of basic stitches, we're setting up the stitches that we can work our next bobble stitch row into. I've worked my row of single crochet, and if I may direct your attention to the first bobble section I have here, notice that I staggered my bobbles. They're not stacked on top of each other in columns. They're slightly offset. Now, if you just repeat the first bobble row, you'll get columns of stacked bobbles. So let me show you how I staggered them like this. You just have to change the pattern up slightly. Before, we worked one single crochet into the first stitch. Now we're just going to go right into a bobble stitch. So for this row, the first stitch is a bobble, followed by a single crochet. And I'll repeat that. Bobble, single crochet across the row. And at the end of the row, you have an extra stitch, and he'll get a single crochet. And now our baubles are nestled in between each other. Make another row of single crochet and repeat those 2 bobble rows for staggered baubles, or just repeat bobble row 1 for stacked baubles. I think the staggered baubles and the stacked baubles are equally cute, so it's crocheter's choice which one you want to use, and I'll have both sets of row repeats linked down below. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Like I mentioned, this stitch is part of a Boho Textures pillow cover pattern I'm working on, and all relevant links for that pattern as well as the written step-by-step blog post for this stitch will be linked down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!